boop, we're here. Derek's talking about a bitchy
Okay.
employee that screwed him over at work. Long story short, Derek, pick up where you left off.
She didn't want to do her.
He's
Yeah,
with the
she didn't want.
managers. He's in the manager's lap,
I yeah.
telling all
Uh,
about that stuff.
mhm.
Yeah.
And that I was asking for a raise for Christmas, and also while I was at it, I was telling her about how naughty my fellow employees have been. Um,
Okay.
so they
Were
don't
you
so
actually
like
asking for
so
a
they get.
raise?
No, I haven't done that yet. I'm gonna eventually, but I haven't gotten to it yet. I haven't found the right time. Um, I feel the need to establish. I feel that like I need to make sure I'm very well established before I do, because like this place employs literal trash. So
Yeah.
for most of the employees, uh,
Dang.
like
Well,
I need to make
hold on.
I need to make sure that their solution to me asking for more money won't be go away. We'll find someone who ask for less.
So not like
Uh,
everyone is trash, but there's enough trash, and there's also enough people who don't give a shit, who are not trash themselves, but like as a worker standpoint, are trash.
yeah. Yeah.
As managers.
The most of the people at my work are either are people who maybe completed high school at best, and
Mine haven't. Some of mine haven't.
have done nothing. Well, some of them are in
Because
high
they're
school.
under 18. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, same.
People of the Bitchy McBitchface. The one time we were talking about one but the other my other coworkers got pulled over because she was going like well, I think I mentioned this here before. She was going like 88 and a 65, and she complained that she complained about getting pulled over. Then the other one, well, the other one said the one time she backed into a lady's car, lady called the police because there was like she scratched her car a little bit, and Bitchy McBitchface's car was dented from it. Like she took more damage than the other lady, and she was pissed because the lady called the cops because she took more damage. Doesn't matter. That's the proper thing to do in that situation, and she had every right to do it because her car was still damaged. And Bitchy McBitchface was complaining that because like it was annoying for her. Like, it's probably also annoying for the lady whose car you backed into.
It was annoying for her, probably, but you know it's her.
Yes,
her
but
fault.
it's also annoying for the person whose car you backed into, and basically like she has like no sense of like scope of like what her actions mean for other people. We were talking about tips the one time.
Tell people that when they're I feel like straight up would be like, well, it's your fault.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, she had every right to. I was like, she did the right thing. She did exactly what she's supposed to. I've been in that situation. I've had my car bumped 3 times.
Man?
But I've literally been bumped 3 times by other cars behind me. And like, I've only ever actually had someone like also pull over to like examine the damage once. And for this one time there was no damage, so I chose to do nothing. But if it ever happens again, I'm 100% gonna there was actually a little bit of, like a scratch, but like I just was like, whatever, I don't care. It's really nothing. It's like hardly noticeable. Not worry about it. But like if anything, if something like that happened where like it was like I could see a scratch or something like that, you better believe it. I'm gonna call the cops and like make sure insurance info is exchanged. I'm pretty sure she probably didn't have insurance.
Yeah.
Which is also, but she was talking to me the one day about we were actually that day we were talking about tips, and she said because like I was trying to figure out exactly how because like some people share tips, some people don't. It's weird. We do because we get a decent amount of tips where we are. I was trying to figure out exactly how when people share and when people don't, and I was trying to get that figured out. And she basically said to me that like sometimes or like she'll share she'll like most of the time she'll share, but sometimes she'll if she feels like the other person didn't really do anything to help with that customer, she'll just keep it herself. And she literally told me this, and I'm like, like that's fucked up. Like if you
Yeah.
agree to share, if you agree to share it, it shouldn't like because like some people, sometimes if someone will give you a tip, and you were the only person who helped them. But if you agree to share tips, that's the point. Is that if you agree ahead of time, regardless of what happens, we will share them. That's what you do. You don't just pull some bullshit of like, well, I don't really feel like they helped much, so I'm just gonna keep this. It doesn't matter. It's so short. It's like so selfish and short-sighted. It frustrates me to no end.
Yeah. Dude, don't even get me on that. Holy shit! When I first started becoming supervisor, this is more a general thing, but like the one thing that I was pretty obsessed about, is that once you finish your attraction, you help closing your attraction for the night. You help someone else with their attraction. It takes a lot longer to close. Pretty common stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Too many people threw a fucking fit over this. I'm like, no, this is how it's been. This is how I've been basically putting this forth as a trainer. I'm like, hey, you finish closing Monkey Motion, you finish closing Zipline, you help out Playland, because they have like 9 million gazillion shitty things to do. You finish closing emissions, the window, register, whatever, you help Arcade afterwards. Alright, you finish closing VR, which literally takes 1 minute to close. Takes a single minute. People are like, alright, am I good to go now? Like, no, Arcade has like a half an hour worth of stuff to do. No, you don't fucking get to go. Like,
yeah,
it's
exactly.
Just, and people have like and I'm like, never, like I'm a dick. I'm an absolute dick. I'm a dick there too, to people, and I would always stay to help other people close. And people are like, I feel only trainers should do that. I'm like, no, are you fucking kidding? If you really cannot spare 5 minutes of your time to help someone so they don't have to stay here for like half an hour, that's like just stupidly fucked up. I couldn't understand that.
Okay,
everyone accepts it now because I closed 6 out of 7 shifts. It's in their heads.
So to me, the way I see it, it depends on basically what is expected of you. If that's like expected of you, so if that's what's expected of you, you should just do what's expected of you. What your job description says, basically. There have been times at my work where I've been basically like, I'm done with my shift and everything I need to do, unless like a manager tells me to stay later. I'm going to leave at the time I'm supposed to be leaving. And like it's obvious, like if like it's going to be a problem if I leave early, because like if it's gonna make a ton of work or make things difficult, like if we're like there's not enough people currently staffed or like currently working to like be able to handle everything, then like I'll stay later if I need to. But for the most part, like I work very hard to make sure everything is done at the time I'm supposed to leave, so I can leave on time. And like people, every time I go to leave on time, people like I swear everyone gets like looks at me like, you're leaving? Like I've had people do that where like, wow, you're fucking leaving now? And I'm like, yeah, it's scheduled to leave now, and like all my work's done or whatnot, but they just want me to stick around to do more, or like they're upset because like I'm leaving or I'm just leaving. I'm like not gonna be there. Like it's one less person to help them, and that's very frustrating. I don't know why people have I can understand being like wanting to leave on time, but like only if you've done everything you're supposed to. In these situations, I've done everything my job description said I had to do.
Yeah.
And if but like from what you're saying, it sounds like that's in your job.
Everyone's scheduled. If we close at 11,
like part
everyone's
of the
scheduled
job
till 11:30. Everyone's scheduled till 11:30.
Mm-hmm.
So the deal is, this was something I instated as a trainer.
That's what you do.
And this is not something that other managers enforced. But it's just sort of no thing. The moment I became supervisor, it became a thing. I'm like, it's fucking like it's fucking ridiculous that people don't help. You know, I can't.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
If they're all scheduled to leave at 11:30, yeah. If you finish your thing at I'm assuming if they've been, what you're saying is like if they finish their thing at 11:05, they don't get to leave at 11:05. They leave at 11:30 when everybody else does. So they're like they're scheduled to leave at 11:30. They should do something productive for those last 25 minutes, such as helping other people close.
Well, no, because like
I'm
you're
assuming
done.
that's what you're
Like you're
saying.
done when you're done, but like because their schedule is zipline, so zipline is responsible for closing zipline and gyro. But like because whoever did this designed poorly. But the closing for Playland, you have to like close Playland, and then mini golf, and then batting cages, all by yourself, and that's a lot on its own. Plus you had like a gazillion. You had like 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold on, wait. 4 plus 5, 6, 7. 7 trashes to change. Those were all Playland's responsibility. Like, and they were supposed to be changing every trash every night. Zipline, you close zipline, it takes literally a minute. You close gyro, it takes 4 minutes. You have a trash to change. If it was more than a third full, done. Like, that's it, gone. Playline would be there for half an hour. Zipline would be there. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, it's not that they were they were expected as training I put down, and I had other trainers put down too, because I trained new trainers. Only one person could have been training not like that. But anyhow, yeah, it's bullshit. It's flabbergasting. Really. Also, I cannot believe how many people. Oh, that was a nice shot by me. God damn, that was not meant to hit anyone. I'm glad
In my
it did.
opinion.
Wait.
In my opinion, I was gonna say, if you are scheduled to work until a time, you should expect that you will be working until that time, unless the situation allows where you're staying is going to yield no benefit to the company, and you would be leaving early. Like, so like if it hits like, so like at my place, like where I work, like if it hits like an hour or two before I'm supposed to leave, and it's completely dead, and like there's like 2 other people there, and I'm the next person who's supposed to be leaving. We don't need 3 people working. A manager could just come to me like, Derek, like just do some like just like go home. Like, we don't need you here anymore. It's at that point, yeah, I can see going home early. For if there's 3 of us there, and there's no need for me to be doing anything related to like the register or like taking care of customers, but there's extra stuff I can be doing to like restocking or anything like that, then and they still deem that having 3 people around like it's still valuable to the company, like the manager deems that it's valuable to the company, then I can 100% see them making me stay until either whatever extra work is done, or until I hit the time I'm supposed to leave. So in the situation you described, it makes perfect sense to me that if they're supposed to leave, if they're scheduled till 11:30, they finish at 11:05. Unless it wouldn't be beneficial at all to keep them around. It makes sense to make them do other stuff, because that's like helping other places close.
It's not like they have to go to all the attractions though and close. It's just like, but there's some they can help, that they can reduce the other person's time, and it's just like you should just do that.
It's also just common courtesy too.
Yeah. It's just like common courtesy. That's really what it is. That's what was upsetting me. The other thing I had to introduce was trashes. My maintenance guy approaches me and Alicia and is like, "Hey, yeah, we gotta change every trashes." And according to the manager, that's how it's supposed to be. I'm like, what? I didn't know this, because I've been training people at like certain trashes. There's no point unless it's more than a third full to change it. It doesn't, like the zipline trash per se would take an entire week to fill up. In general, like a regular summer week. I'm busier weeks, that might fill up a lot faster, but like in general, it would take only a week. We'll get into this next time. Bye bye.